Alright, quick video. We have to talk earnings. Welcome back to the channel. It's me, Adam. You're watching Unlimited Options Investing. Alright, so I'm on my laptop outside here and we're going to be talking earnings right now. So much has happened ever since the close, and honestly all I've seen is the stock prices move after hours. I don't know how much these companies have beaten or how much they've missed or what, so we're going to go through all of it in real time together. So obviously, as we see with Google, this one jumping up after hours from about $2,750 to where it is right now, just below $3,000 per share, up 8% after hours at $2,975. And I know the closer we are to $3,000 per share, the closer Google is to $2 trillion in market cap, right now at $1.83 trillion. So Alphabet beat on the top and bottom lines for the fourth quarter. The stock jumped in extended trading, as we know, and the company also announced a 20-for-1 stock split. And if that isn't going to get people talking, scrolling down, so earnings per share, EPS, we clocked in at $30.69 versus the expected $27.34. That's a big beat. Revenue, $75.33 billion versus the expected $72.17 billion. Again, another really massive beat. Looking at the YouTube advertising revenue, we're at $8.63 billion, so we missed on this one versus the expected $8.87 billion. Google Cloud revenue at $5.54 billion versus the expected $5.47 billion. And traffic acquisition costs, TAC, at $13.43 billion versus the expected $12.84 billion. Reporting revenue growth of 32%, proving again that it was able to withstand the pressures from the pandemic and inflation. A massive, pretty much $2 trillion company growing revenue at 32%. And as a result, Facebook Meta Platforms, which reports tomorrow on Wednesday, went up after hours, jumping up from about $320 a share to where it is right now at $326, up about 2.3%. Another stock that reported, Advanced Micro Devices, also went up quite a bit after hours from about $116 a share to where it is right now at $130 a share, up about 11.55% after hours. And every time I look at AMD, I have to look at the max chart, seeing how this one almost went bankrupt about half a decade ago, and the price was at about $2 to $3. What a solid return on investment if you invested in AMD back then. So what does CNBC have to say? AMD rises 10% after issuing strong 2022 sales outlook. So AMD reported fourth quarter earnings after the bell on Tuesday, we know, and AMD said it expected $21.5 billion in sales in 2022, far higher than analyst expectations. Scrolling down, we see Lisa Su. So for earnings per share, we had 92 cents adjusted versus the 76 estimated, up 26 year over year. That's a very big beat. And revenue at $4.83 billion versus the expected $4.53 billion, up 49% year over year. That is substantial growth. And again, similar to Google, huge beats on both the top and the bottom line. AMD said it expected $21.5 billion in sales in 2022, ahead of expectations, $19.26 billion. That would be a 31% increase over 2021 sales, and AMD said it expected $5 billion in sales in the quarter, driven by server and PC processor sales. In 2021, AMD's sales increased 68%, and the company's gross margin increased to 48%, up over 3 percentage points from last year. AMD has been riding a surge in PC and electronics sales over the past 2 years and has recently released new chips with significant performance gains that are allowing the processor maker to challenge Intel, which is the biggest supplier of PC chips. And back when I made my AMD video, I think maybe a year ago, we took a look at the market share between AMD and Intel, and AMD has been eating up Intel alive over the last half decade. So similar to Meta following Google, we see Nvidia following AMD popping after hours from $246 a share to $260 a share. So most likely tomorrow the Nasdaq is going to open a lot higher than it closed today. However, the other big name to report was PayPal, and this one fell off a cliff, and it's already been falling off a cliff ever since it fell off its 52-week high of $310. So going from $175 to where it is now after hours at $148, down 16.66%. Ouch. Taking a look at the past year, so we hit that 52-week high back in July, and ever since then we're down 42%, and that's not including after hours. So what happened? PayPal stock plunges on weak earnings guidance. PayPal reported mixed quarter 4 2021 earnings Tuesday and provided guidance for the next quarter that fell short of analyst estimates. The company expects quarter 1 non-GAAP earnings per share of 87 cents, short of the $1.16 analysts were anticipating. It also reported a weak full-year revenue growth guidance for 2022. Not the greatest things you want to hear. PayPal definitely needed a lift after the beatdown over the past year, and we're still not getting it. So taking a look, earnings per share, we're $1.11 per share versus the $1.12 that was expected. And on the top line for revenue, we had $6.92 billion versus the expected $6.87 billion that was expected. So a small beat on the top line and a small miss on the bottom line. So PayPal expects revenue to grow about 15 to 17% full year 2022 revenue, whereas analysts had expected year-over-year revenue growth for 2022 to be 17.9%. So similar to Facebook and Google or Nvidia and AMD, with PayPal Square, same idea, down after hours from $127 a share to where it is now at about $122 per share, down 4.5%. So lots of craziness in the markets. Tomorrow, Meta Platforms, Thursday, Amazon. It's a wild week. The stock market is a wild place for wild people. Thank you very much for watching. As always, let me know in the comments below what you think of Google, AMD, Meta Platforms tomorrow, anything. Let me know in the comments below. As always, like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.